Hope everyone is having a good morning. It seems that Konami has woken us up with a new ban list. I definitely wasn't expecting a ban list. In fact, it's the first emergency ban list since I believe Pepe format in 2017. As you can see, it says the Forbidden and Limited list has been updated. These changes will go in effect October 27th, 2025. That means these changes will go into place on Monday, just 3 days from now. So let's take a look at some of these changes. It looks like they are banning floodgates from the looks of this. Arch Nemesis Protoss was the first one I saw when I logged onto Facebook, so I had to hop up and do this video. Arch Nemesis Protoss. Let's take a look at the card. It cannot be normal summon set, must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing 3 monsters with different attributes from your graveyard and or face-up field. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can declare 1 monster attribute on the field, destroy all monsters on the field with that attribute. Also, until the end of that turn, neither player can special summon monsters with that attribute. Protoss was originally banned during the Sword Soul format and is in formats that are like decks that are ruled by a single attribute. Protoss, is one of the most oppressive floodgates in the game. So I am definitely glad to see it removed from our game. Any deck that could put up 2 level 4 monsters could just make Infernal Flame, Banshee, Search, Nemesis, Flag, and then get to the Protoss. And if you have Banshee in graveyard plus any other 2 attributes, there's your Protoss right there. So next is the big talking point. I know a lot of people have been wanting this card in particular banned, and that is Artifact Mjolnir. So this card, Artifact Mjolnir. You can set this card from your hand to your spell and trap zone as a spell during your opponent's turn. If this set card in the spell and trap zone is destroyed and sent to your graveyard, special summon it. If this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn, target 1 artifact monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position. Also, you cannot special summon monsters until the end of the next turn except artifact monsters. You can only use this effect of Artifact Mjolnir once per turn. Players were using Artifact Dagda to set this card to the field, using 2 level 5 monsters to make the Imperial Princess Xyz monster, and summon this back and give it to your opponent. They would bring back either a Dagda or a Lancia, and your opponent would be completely floodgated out to where they can only summon artifact monsters, similar to the Gimmick Puppet Lock from Brandon. I definitely feel this was not the right move. I think Dagda should have been banned. Dagda has been the problem card. Dagda was the problem card when Scythe got banned. Dagda is the problem card with Mjolnir now. And Dagda will be a problem card if there are any more artifacts printed in the future, or that could potentially be problematic to the game. I definitely think this ban should have gone to Dagda. But I think a Mjolnir ban is definitely needed if we are not going to address the Dagda. And then let's go over my 3 favorites right here, because we can put these all into one category, and that's called a stun. The Barrier Statue of the Drought and Barrier Statue of the Inferno would both make it to where only your opponent could special summon an earth monsters if that's on the field, or fire if that's on the field. We are currently in a format where fire and earth monsters are not seeing a lot of representation. And these being some of the least represented attributes in formats like this, it makes perfect sense for these to be the next barrier statues to go. Honestly, I think the only barrier statues that should be legal are the light and the dark, because almost any deck can summon a light and a dark. That's not going to floodgate anybody out, so it's not going to be used for degenerate combos. But starting with the earth, the fire, the wind, the water should definitely be banned as well. If you ban at least those 4 attributes of the barrier statue, this game is in a lot healthier spot. And I have never been so happy than to see a dinosaur pass away than this fossil Dyna Pachycephalo. have never been a fan of this card. It has never been used in any strategies that are fun or interactive. And for those who don't know, let's just go over the card. If this card is flipped face up, destroy all special summon monsters on the field. Neither player can special summon monsters. It is a rock monster that it's the same problem with Nemesis. Any deck that can put up 2 level 4s can make a Gallant Granite. If they haven't used their normal summon or have a deck that can normal summon twice, they have access to this piece on the board that prevents your opponent from special summoning any monsters while you have an entire board set up. It is a one-sided floodgate at that point in the combo and is very unhealthy for the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm definitely glad to see Konami finally address this card after so many years. And then we have this card, Evil Swarm Ouroboros. It requires 3 level 4 monsters to make. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, then activate one of these effects. Each effect can only be used once while this card is face up on the field. You target 1 card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. Send 1 random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard, or target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard, banish that target. Yugioh decks were able to loop this card multiple times because as you see, it doesn't have a once per turn effect, a hard once per turn effect. So you could keep recycling the Ouroboros back to the field to send 1 random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. And it seems that Konami has been trying to address floodgates, negates, and hand rips slowly over the past few months. And I expect that over the next year. I expect we see more cards. If Mermail sees play again, we see more cards like Mulan Glacia banned, and we see more hits like this. And then last but certainly not least, we have a ban of Dimensional Barrier. This is one of the most oppressive trap cards in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! By declaring 1 monster type, a Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Pendulum for the rest of this turn, neither player can special summon monsters of the declared type. You also negate the effects of all monsters of that type while they are on the field. You can only activate 1 D barrier per turn. This hits so much. This hits Yugioh, Yummy, Mitsurugi. I think this it hits Dracotail. It's branded. It's gonna hit every deck that's not like Sky Striker or Orchist or a Link focused deck. And having such a blanket floodgate for one like that accessible, and to be able to just wipe a turn from it, people being able to summon like their deck's mechanic is so oppressive. Dimensional Barrier probably should have been banned 3 years ago, and it's a great sight to see that it's meeting its maker today. Farewell, D Barrier. There are no limits, no semi-limits, and no unlimits today. This has been just a floodgate addressal list. Have fun on Monday, duelists, playing with this new list. And we will see you in the next video. Peace.